Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Intel Esports Arena. We are here live with ESL Pro League Season 7. It's AGO versus FaZe coming up next, obviously second map of this one, Snods. Just saw a bit of a decimation. Signs of life from AGO on the force buys for the buy rounds.
Yeah.
More so FaZe than you would expect.
Yeah, I believe, 11 to 4 half to start things off, and I mean, clinical play coming out from FaZe. Obviously, we didn't see the majority of it. When we came back, it was a 10-2 scoreline, but that really goes to show how fast the rounds were over, right? That can mean two things. Either, one, we saw no post-plant positions from a go, where it was, a 2 versus 2, and they wait out the 40 seconds for the bomb, and it's all, smart plays and whatnot. Instead, it might have just been complete beatdowns from FaZe. Yeah,
definitely. And I mean, moving to Cash, hopefully we'll see a little bit more from the Polish side, but FaZe, again, great Cash team. We're expecting them to come in, confident as ever. This is a matchup that they should be winning, right? FaZe, a team that we'd expect to see in the top 3 of the season at the very least. So to them, this is a guarantee win match.
Especially as well after the, I don't want to say embarrassing loss to Na'Vi yesterday, but obviously for a team like FaZe, so much pride on that team, so much hubris in terms of self-confidence going forward.
One match was embarrassing, wasn't it? A 16-6 on
Inferno, yeah. But then again, it feels like Na'Vi has seemed to be new Inferno specialist all of a sudden.
16-6 Hellraiser, 16-6 FaZe, and obviously some may say, oh, Hellraisers, that's not an impressive win, but Hellraisers took Na'Vi
16-14 on Overpass, and they won, And 2-0 Fnatic as well,
Hellraiser's looking great, so I mean, you can't take that away from them at all. Na'Vi, maybe the new Inferno team, as you say, but we'll keep our eyes on that at the very least, because Cash is what we're moving to today. For those who missed the last map, at least we're having a bit of a talk about this. Obviously, G2 AGO played last night. That was on Cash, 12 rounds to AGO. So they showed something that obviously we were casting, we didn't get to watch our matchup, but what are you expecting needs to be their keys for success coming up?
Well, I mean, to be honest, if they found a pistol round even on train, it was a 16-7 scoreline, and I said if they win CT half pistol, 11-7, we saw them win the first 3 buy rounds, so instantly that could have been 11-11 scoreline, right?
Yeah.
The issue for me here is on Cash that, yes, the team play on the CT side is very good from a go on train. That's one of the reasons why I thought there's a chance. I mean, Grubby for me is so stellar playing that rotator role on train. On Cash, I mean, if you're going to be bringing a double opposite of a Guardian, you better be on bloody form.
Yeah, I mean, the main issue I think was for Train was at a 14-4 scoreline, it doesn't matter how good your CT side is, FaZe are going to find cracks in the armor, they're going to find weak points, eventually they're going to exploit it. Say it's 4-4 and you're on CT, you can battle back and forth with FaZe maybe if you have a great CT side, but you can't get a flawless 10-round comeback. No one can do that versus FaZe, so I just didn't see that realistic. Maybe they start on the CT here on Cash, maybe they get a pistol win, maybe they kick off with some momentum. We could see a very different story here.
We could, and I think for a go, the pistol round's obviously a massive point to mark here.
Yeah.
Going forward, first buy rounds, who knows, it's Cash. Cash is another map like Inferno, like Cobblestone, where the T-side pistol really dictates a lot of the half because Cobblestone and Inferno, right? Tight choke points. Yeah. If you win the pistol, going into the first buy round on the T side, as you've won the pistol, the CT's forced. Because they're forced, they lack the Molotovs maybe. Molotovs to deny the B rushes, Molotovs to deny the banana takes and whatnot. Cash is a very similar affair, right? If you can force the CTs to go for that second round force buy, if you win the pistol, there's no more boost Molotovs. There's no more mollies, because think of A main, how tight of a choke point that is. One Molotov and then the execute's done, right? Executions work, B main as well towards checkers and whatnot. Those Molotovs are so crucial. So for me, T-side of Cash is one of those maps where you can really snowball off of the T-side pistol. This is a lot to say. A go could start on the CT side for all we know, then suddenly this all means nothing, right? But then conversely, it could be the same for FaZe. But for me, I think this has to be, a 5-0 start, and they just somehow leapfrog ahead, and they just can't give up such a big lead.
One thing I would say as well is, this is a team that showed 2 or 3 force buy wins on the T side with just pistols against FaZe in train. So maybe we see them on Cash. Cash is a very force buy heavy map in terms of pistols. So we could see something on that regard, but we're into the pistol round Snods.
We are indeed. Fastest to Kevlar here from FaZe. That usually means something aggressive. Guardian going to be peeking up towards B. Actually, no. So, both Rain and Guardian playing positions to bait for each other. Guardian could go huge.
Yeah, he's got armor as well to play with, as you say, but already Furlan decapitates him. Rain at the back of the box with 10 HP does respond with a quick shot, but Furlan can't get it done. Rain, 3 kills, not the 4th, but it doesn't matter. He's done his job. Somehow AGO still in a 2v2 when they're running after 3 kills from Rain, and they'll actually pull it back in their favor. Groovy finishes off the round with 3 himself. So forget Rain, we got a new star here.
I know, the sunshine's come out, the clouds have gone away, it seems. I mean, I mentioned in the last map as well on Train how strong Rain's individual skill is with that USP. Definitely top 2 player in the world if you factor in Dennis as well with the USP. But nevertheless, 1-0 here. A go starting their roll and their journey up the big hill of getting this upset win on Cash. They have got the first round off of the take towards B.
Yeah, interestingly enough, we see a fair bit of saving on FaZe's end, right? Obviously, Guardian holding on for the money for the AWP, but Karrigan not buying armor as well. So this is a round that AGO definitely should be able to take 2 or 3-0.
Yeah, it's because Karrigan's the mid player, and I said before, having the Molotov for boost is so important.
Yeah, look, fast B play again here for AGO. This time, Rain can't get a 3K. He's actually nowhere near the action. Karrigan's already up in the heaven trying to hold the cross, but they should expect this. Even if they don't, they jump spot, so Karrigan can't hit a headshot there. FaZe just coming in for exit frags at the very most. This is not a winnable round with 2 rifles and 2 MAC-10s in play. But PHR, I like this position, holding off aggressively on the back of B, so Olof isn't going to expect this angle. Shot in the back of the head, and that should pretty much seal the deal here for AGO.
Yeah. 4 versus 2. Karrigan, Nico. Please save the Deagle and the Kevlar onto Nico going forward into round number 3. 4 players staying alive as well for a go. Unfortunately, not really the most efficient in terms of getting frags in the SMGs, but each round you get versus FaZe, you're not really going to be contemplating or arguing over that fact.
Well, this is the best opportunity AGO have if they want to be able to take a good half against FaZe, obviously with the momentum in their favour. Third round coming up, and FaZe won't have a lot to play with, so it's just going to be these 2 Deagles. Maybe a bit of investment. We can see some utility potentially. You know, Rain has a spare cash, but I like what FaZe is doing in the sense that they're at least saving some kind of money. You don't want to fully, you know, because the conversation I always have is, you know, when you fully force on CT second round and you literally spend, say you have $1,500, $1,800, whatever, you fully force down, you have $0 after buy or $50. When you go to your buy in the 4th round, you don't have enough. You know, you don't have enough
smoke,
utility.
flash, or just a smoke at that, yeah. M4 Kevlar
It's pretty weak. You'll usually have like 4,400, right? Off of the
less
2K.
than that. 4,100 or something along those lines.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, you're right. And that's not enough. You need kits. You need proper utility. So it's nice to see FaZe holding on to some of their money. Obviously, we're going to see that AWP coming out next round as well.
Fast play already towards the B bomb side seems. Taul with the spawn towards B. Going to be leading the charge with the MAC-10, spots Karrigan towards checkers. Karrigan actually one of the players that saved the Deagle from the last round, so there's a chance for an impact from FaZe. It's going to be on Karrigan.
Yeah, be careful here. AGO, this is not a round they should be losing, so they don't want to give up any kills here. Groovy isolates that frag, so Karrigan dead, leaves Guardian to try and pop off this nade, but...
I really like this from Guardian. He's playing the headshot angle towards headshot on B. If he lands damage with the HE grenade, suddenly everyone is a one-shot headshot with the USP.
So potential maybe for damage for FaZe. Hopefully AGO should be able to find this round, but let's see if Guardian can change that. Nade goes into main. Ooh, bit of damage to Snatchy, but that's the one player who wasn't equipped for the job. He's only on a CZ.
But now it means both Furlan and Snatchy are 1 headshot with the USP away from death instead of it being 2. So that's why you sometimes see players, especially VP as well, Neo, Taz and whatnot, used to always do that on the USP buys. Buy the HE grenades for that exact reason.
Yeah, and Olaf Meister looking for these headshots to finish off the kill. He gets the dink to PHR, but he wasn't the one tagged down. Nico rotating through the spawn with Rain. We've already got Guardian still stuck on B. Molotov down as FaZe has been hurled up towards the car, but Nico's going to finish off PHR. Snatchy, luckily with the flank, will be able to clean things up, but Nico's running towards the site to try and take down Furlan. He does. He's looking dangerous for a second, but Groovy takes it back under his wing. Guardian flashing himself in the connector as well. I don't think this should be his, but he takes a kill to Snatchy. Okay, now I'm questioning this round. Groovy's in a 1v1, and FaZe have really shown nothing in terms of the buy here. They only had the very bare minimum with nades and pistols. So Guardian, if he can get this kill, it would be phenomenal, but Groovy's going to shut it down again. 3 kills once more. And AGO, they take 3 rounds, but that's not going to be good for money.
Oh, not at all. Damage dealt now to the economy of a go. But nevertheless, they're 3-0 now coming out from a go. Into round number 4, it's going to be the AWP for Guardian, of course. He saved those last 2 rounds so he can afford the AWP. And actually, the frags he found with the USP, with the MAC-10 as well, will grant him head armor, just in case anyone did have an SMG carried forward over from the last round. Nevertheless, smoke double flashbang for Guardian, playing towards middle C. Usually does play towards that highway position. He can aid for the peek towards door. He can also hold towards mid-main. He can go for the peek towards boost. He likes to jump on top of white box as well. Usually he'll flash towards boost and jump on top of white box and try and challenge the opposition's AWPer.
Rain looking for a challenge outside B main as well, but AGO too passive for this one. You can see how scared they are of FaZe, at least bringing in some aggression into this first buy round to try and kickstart things, so AGO play reserved.
I actually feel like, you know the white van outside A main? Yeah. Which you can boost onto spot highway and also see if they jump on white box. I feel like more teams should maybe do that versus FaZe Clan because we constantly see Guardian go for the duel towards white box.
Well, they are going to go for the boost, however not on the car, on the mid position instead. Smoke set up for Furlan, trying to smoke off the connector, make sure that FaZe don't have control there. But as you say, white box is going to be the prevalent factor here for Guardian. If he can get a couple of shots up with this AWP, he can turn things around. There's one, but Groovy gets a wallbang off in time. So actually for AGO, that's a really good trade. Yes, they lose their AWP, but to take down Guardian in response is pretty good.
Textbook Counter-Strike coming out from FaZe. They lose control towards middle, and they regain control towards A main and through the door as well. Nico connects the shots.
You should not be wallbanging that if you're tower. You're not going to win that duel.
Nico, well, look at this towards B.
So much info. The bomb's spotted as well. Rain gets the information, so Furlan now tries to bring this back. He's actually going to go aggressive, try and take this kill. He does get it, but at the cost of PHR, and now we've already got to rotate into B. Karrigan's in position, and Furlan surely won't expect this. He's seen rotations come out already, and Karrigan's the mid player, so why would you? He rattles around the corner, and there it is. FaZe get their first round on the board.
Textbook Counter-Strike 101 coming out from FaZe Clan. To make the best example here, Hugo take Inferno, for example, right?
Yeah.
If you're the T side in Inferno, and the CTs take Banana, what do? You take middle.
Yeah.
You trade map control. Exact same scenario here. It's almost as if you are the T side on the CT side of Cash, where if the opposition take mid, Guardian dies, they have full mid control, you have to take B main, Sunroom, or A main. You have to take some information and some real estate somewhere across the map. Otherwise, you're just going to get split towards vents, towards highway, and you have nothing to do.
Well, Groovy sat on 8k this round, so he bought up an 8k with full utility. Still has 3,800 left, so don't worry about that. AGO will buy up a little bit around this, but they don't want to invest too much. They want that buy next round. FaZe with two players on the B-bomb site once again. It's Rain aggressive, as you would expect, with Karrigan playing the anchor towards the back of the site. And maybe not knowing what AGO are going to show into this round, Rain has to be careful, because we do have this rifle on Groovy that could seriously open things up. AGO walking inside of B main, but constant resmokes. And I mean, to be honest, I think if you're AGO and you lose a player here, that's fine if you lose a Glock. At least you get the information that Rain's played aggressively, and maybe you can try and take that kill. So Snatchy dead, only a Glock player, doesn't matter, but Rain, cleverly so, falls back. He doesn't want to take that fight.
HE damage as well. Further denting the assault from a go. But a 5 versus 4 now, and for a go, they can smoke out towards middle, try to go towards vent, I believe. I think they're going to go for a checker split, potentially, but the problem is there's a massive gap in that smoke, and Guardian can exploit it.
Stuck from the 1AK.
This is smart.
Groovy, the player to actually take down Guardian in the previous round off the trade from the AWP shot on Snatchy.
The smoke is to draw out a peek towards connector or highway. They go for the boost to try and see if they can spot that player peek in the smoke.
Ah, I like that. I like that. And Guardian does peek, but he will win. So Groovy dead. AK dropped, picked up by Furlan, the other armored player on the team. So at least it's not the end of the round just yet. They've still got an opportunity, but I say that Nico's here. Good luck. He's holding out from MBK. Sprays down 2, making it third. Not going to be an issue. Olaf actually grabs that third kill, but 2 rounds on the ball for FaZe Clan. Yeah,
we actually used to see VP do that. They would boost up Neo. You would have the 2 smokes, not 1. The reason you have 2 is obviously, if you're the connector player, you have to be worried about highway split. The problem was that smoke didn't really go far enough, so Guardian didn't have to worry about that. All he has to do is stay on the left side of connector and double scope the gap in the smoke. So yeah, they go for that. They try to draw out the peak from the connector player. It works. The problem is, obviously, don't want to be taking a peek from Guardian. So 3-2 now. Going to be the 4-bar coming out from a go. I'd say 4-bar. They are lacking the AWP. Nika close range with a smoke.
And utility as well. I mean, this isn't great in terms of setup. Ruby's going to be having to throw all these nades towards the bomb site, sorry, because you know they've got a couple of smokes, but that will literally be it. Guardian's already opened up as well, so this creates further problems for AGO. Yeah,
great play there from Guardian. Actually pushes the B main smoke, goes through it, catches a player out towards Sunroom and finds the first frag for FaZe. And now the man advantage, look at all the map control they have. Usually you would leave your rifle here, but leaving Guardian, Rain, you know, these players are all so good individually on the lonesome. They're so versatile. Flashbang towards him, they're going to line up for Olofmeister.
Yeah, FaZe is trying to take control of the map, trying to be an issue for AGO. They're just showing and flexing their muscles. It's Karrigan to rotate off mid, and Rain should be joining them very soon. So AGO need to hit this bomb site before that third player comes in on the defense. Karrigan holding the cross, but the nade pulled out at the wrong time. PHR catches the jumping shot. Groovy opens up with his AK. Response from Rain, leaving Groovy in a 1v2. And he has a smoke for the cross, so this needs to go down immediately, in fact, because he gets mollied out. Still gets to the back of the box, and now FaZe got a question. Where is this man? Does Guardian stick with the AWP? Does he try and grab a rifle and move up with Rain? Groovy's moved over to MBK as Guardian starting to clear at angles. Oh, looked like he could have considered that smoke shot there, but he doesn't want to give away his position because now with this late push, Groovy may be expecting some form of flank, but that's going to give it away. Guardian's dead. Smoke fades and Rain sneaks around the right side, but Groovy does as well. Oh no, he just oversteps. Rain catches the barrel of his rifle and Groovy sees nothing but death. So, third round on the board for FaZe Clan, but a good effort by AGO.
Good effort indeed. Obviously, when you lose that first player towards B, it's so hard to recover from that round.
Yeah.
Obviously, having Guardian there towards Sunrum has all the information that it's going to be an A hit. They come out towards there, they find the opening frags. You know, great shot from PHR as well towards Heaven onto Karrigan. They decimate the A side defense, but in the afterplant as well, they lost too many players. 1 versus 2, maybe just a tool order there versus Rain and Guardian. But nevertheless, you know, 3-3 now coming forward for FaZe. 3 in a row as well. Karrigan this time with the opener towards middle, but it will be the quasi buy coming out from a Ghost. Just trying to see if they can do a little bit of damage, maybe try to force out some Molotovs from FaZe and force out some cash and some utility rebuys, but apart from that, 1 or 2 frags at best.
Oh, Snatchy, perfect time to push. Guardian scope. Oh no, he's going to miss the shot. Rain comes in to save his teammate. That was unfortunate. That could have been a good pick for AGO. And a gun dropped as well on AWP. Tower will at least respond with 1 shot, but should he land 2? Probably not. Getting flanked now. If FaZe get aggressive, they want to force this kill. He knows where quite a few players are, but that's not exactly an assistance to winning this round, and Nico's going to get rid of him before anything gets too scary for FaZe. But low HP, so it was definitely an opening there for the last player.
Now it's going to be FaZe Clan taking the lead. Ever since the buy rounds came to fruition here, Hugo, everything's gone in FaZe's way. I mean, now for a go, what do you do? You know Guardian likes to orbit towards Highway. Do you try and exploit that with a fast B split via vents? You know that Karrigan so far hasn't been playing close mid, so you can exploit that with a wall of smokes towards middle, go through vent and try and split towards the B side onto Karrigan and potentially onto Rain. That will maybe be a good strat. The problem is, getting towards vent may be rather difficult.
Stop. Perfectly timed nade as well. Won't do too much damage to Tao. But he's got to watch out for Karrigan here. Smoke out through the connector. He'll actually just fall on back with that. No, reconsidering. FaZe not sure on the aggression so far. It's going to be a push up from PHR. Smoke not gone down the connector, so Karrigan still has pretty much free roam over mid. He's not going to choose to go for this fight. He lets him take control of Highway, but tries to catch across instead. Groovy tagged. It's not enough. Look at this control that we see AGO get. FaZe going to be aware of this for sure, but they're trying to take map control instead. Nico attempts to get flashed in through main, but the wallbang will give it away, as well as away the position of Olofmeister, who gets caught. Kill from him. Karrigan's rotated into position, but AGO still haven't even committed to A. They could even fall back and go B, because FaZe are fully rotated.
Crucial frag there found by Grubby. And now we can hold the rotations as well, going back towards the B bomb site. Karrigan loses his head. Sorry, Grubby loses his head. Actually, Karrigan down to 13 HP as well. So for Snatchy and Taul, no utility in the scenario. Look at the Molotovs, look at the smokes as well for FaZe. They can flush out all of these peaks.
Snatchy has to move off the site. He's getting so low by that burning. Tao going to get aggressive and despawn, and that drops the AWP. This can now be possible for AGO, because Karrigan, he's only 10 HP. He's got to win a 1v2. Smoke, kit, AK, but nothing really else going his way. It's going to be the bomb ticking. But Tao's not sitting there for the plant. It's actually held quite safe, and Snatchy's luckily going to get the angle. Could have been dangerous if Snatchy goes down there. Tao's not sat in the post plant for the bomb, but... Yeah,
interesting there from FaZe. Guardian playing towards Connector instead of playing towards Highway. Karrigan instead playing towards White Box. Once the aggression comes out towards mid, Guardian so rotates towards the B side, maybe expecting a B split, as I said. And actually leaving Karrigan to hold Highway, obviously a very easy frag to get 1-for-1, or actually to forfeit control towards Highway. You saw how easy it was for, I believe it was Taul to go up towards Highway, but nevertheless, you know, as soon as they go find the entries towards the A site, just over rotations for FaZe, and Grubby holding all the rotations in towards Connector. Ooh, once again.
In the course of 2 seconds, and Guardian's now in a 1-on-5. No frags from FaZe this round. No idea how that went on. Quick mid-control taken from AGO, but now they know Guardian's here. They can just bypass him. There's no need to even take this fight. Bit of a punch in the back from the player in CT spawn. That'll be Tao, but Guardian just trying to do something crazy now. It's not going to happen. Yeah. Berlin going to catch it.
You have Karrigan Highway. You then have Olofmeister and Nico playing towards default. So obviously all 3 of those players line up. At the same time, Rain pushes B into Snatchy's AWP. There's your 4 kills instantly.
Wow.
And the thing is as well, Guardian once again rotating towards Car. So maybe if we see Guardian with the AWP go towards Highway, that could be a difference maker. We saw already in the early rounds which FaZe were winning, Guardian had so much effect towards Highway. But nevertheless, still 5-4 on a go, already showing a much more formidable force on the T sort of cash. But obviously the pistol may, you know, divert how realistic and how accurate that really is, but nevertheless, 5-4, 1 round advantage here for a go.
Yeah, and they're about to be 2 as well, because FaZe have pistols in play. Guardian with that nade again towards B. In fact, all of FaZe towards B this round. But AGO, they've been very good on this mid play, and that's the thing. If they're getting this mid play every single round, they're going to know that A's empty. So FaZe's stack is kind of not going to work out this round, I don't think. AGO, you can already see probing this A bomb site, expecting some resistance, but as they start to take free map control here, they're going to realize, okay, bring bomb up highway, this route is ours. And I think FaZe know that as well. They can hear these smokes going in the connector, they can hear the footsteps. Olof's trying to catch an angle as well, but no, this round's over now. Well read from AGO, slow-paced attack on mid, and I don't think anything will be found by FaZe in this round.
Olof Meister now last alive. USP been spotted as well, so should be hunted down momentarily. Trying to see if he can connect a headshot with that USP, but unfortunately goes down bare. Well, 6-4 now. 2-1 advantage here for a going forward. They just had their Eco round. So now FaZe, what's the cash going to be looking like? They're lacking a defuse kit. No Molotov as well. This is the thing. I think if we saw a Molotov onto Olof Meister and Nico, we'd be seeing an A main take coming out from FaZe. A main has been rather weak so far from a go. It seems like it's all been mid control. How do you counter that if you're FaZe clan? Take B, take A main. But actually from FaZe, they're going to be fighting fire with fire, sending a 1-3-1 setup and actually having 3 players stationed towards middle. Could be a poor call, leaving Nico alone towards this A site, with 4 players from the Polish side to go on their terrorist side, making their way and then march towards A.
This is really pushing it for FaZe with this buy, though. No utility, no kits, no AWP. They've got to hit their shots on this push, so AGO flashes getting at the ready, smokes to follow, and Furlan's going to be popping them out of A main and Squeaky at the same time. They need to check this boost spot. Nico's been completely bypassed, 2 kills before he even gets shot. Groovy and Furlan at least trading back, but Rain's going to take the man advantage in the favor of FaZe. So now, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, they may need to hit their shots with this buy, but they're certainly doing it.
This next frag is so crucial. Look at the utility right now for FaZe. No Molotovs, no defuse, because they have to be fast.
Oh, but Furlan's found it. 2v2 now. FaZe completely limited, but again, same story for AGO. This is going to be a difficult retake with time playing against the CT side. Karrigan's moved in position, hearing the reload, so he will catch Furlan out of position, and Groovy now needs to force this into a 1v1. He needs a kill, so he goes for it. Karrigan dead, and now Guardian crossing in the open. Low HP, and Groovy, he'll do it. This man is the star for the team right now. 16-6, another 3K and a big rifle round.
I said it there, the next frag coming into the 2 versus 3 was so pivotal for FaZe. When you think about how that round or that retake goes, when you have no Molotovs for quad, forklift, you have those smokes as well for A main, what's your advantage in that scenario? It's the fact you have a 1-man advantage. You can trade the frag from Guardian. As soon as, I believe it was Grubby towards forklift, kills Guardian through the smoke towards the bomb wall, as soon as you lose that little bit of advantage you had, lacking all the utility required to go for that retake, there's no real chance they're going to be able to line up those players 1 by 1, and a great, well-played 1 versus 2 as well from Grubby to isolate both of those 1 versus 1 duels.
Yeah, so now AGO, right, they're picking up buy rounds. Things starting to look a little bit more scary for FaZe because they've got to throw in an eco. Light investment with Deagles and armor, but still should be 8th round for AGO at this position. They've been playing these anti-ecos very well.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things we usually see on the anti-ecos on Cash is a 1-3-1. 1 holds towards B, you know, sends out his smoke towards B main, Molotov towards checkers. 1 holds towards A main, he might molly A main, HE grenade A main. And then usually you'd boost up 3 players or 2 players or whatever, and that way you'd have the long-range duels, obviously the AKs versus the Deagles. I would say have their advantage, but then again, Nico could obviously change that factor.
That's a sick shot. Now with FaZe with 2 players on B and Nico wrapping behind, things starting to look up for them. Guardian and Rain shutting down B. Now it's a 2v2, and they can't let the next kill go the way of FaZe, because if they do, the round might be over. Groovy, luckily enough, takes down Guardian, and Nico's got to make noise falling back into the vent, so they're going to know where he is. Open position for Groovy, and a death as a result. Nico in a 1v1. Who else would you want here? Snatchy has a utility to play with, and the time. In fact, he's looking to wrap hay. This is ballsy because Nico's holding the cross. He can hit this tap. He doesn't. Snatchy's now going to be able to run towards the A site. Nico has to play the game of, is he committing or is it a fake? And in fact, I think it may be the latter option. Snatchy, is he going to run back through vents? No, he's going up highway. So Nico with the right read here. Snatchy should be able to get the bomb plant before Nico's in position, but still, this is a clutch winnable for Nico.
Planted default as well. Didn't plant for A main. Paranoid that Nico's going to be towards highway. And yes, he is.
Oh, no, Nico. I mean,
clinical is probably the best way you can put it.
What do you say to that? It wins the eco round. We were just saying, or I was just saying, AGO, this 8th round should be easy, right? Nope, not when you got Nico alive. Deagle and double AK kill is going to at least secure the round for FaZe, but that is one that AGO should not be losing.
Incredible play there from both those players. I mean, for Grubby as well, goes towards CT lower. The crosshair placement for Nico as well is just near perfection.
Yeah.
Plays on such a low sensitivity. 1.3 cents, think about that, right? 1.3 cents in terms of flicking, that's so difficult. But when you have such strong crosshair placement, the slight adjustments you need to land those first bullet headshots, is so key for Nico. Just great crosshair placements and slight adjustments is his aim.
I mean, the big issue for that round was AGO walking into the B site in a 3-on-4 with no information on the setup, no idea where FaZe had their players at that point. They got kills A in middle, and they, I guess, assumed the rotation came from FaZe, but it hadn't. They'd stuck with the B site.
I mean, the worst thing as well is the fact they had grenades, let alone the 4-man group up as they walk in towards the B bomb site. They could have smoked CT, Molotov out default and whatnot. But nevertheless, 7-5. FaZe Clan go for the A main take I was hoping to see earlier on. Obviously, we know that Ago have been putting so much stock in mid control. How about you fight back some real estate and buy back your own and go towards A main? Actually, Olaf Meister and Nico have some really good Molotov takes towards A main. The problem is, though, it takes a while to get going. You need a good enough economy to facilitate double Molotovs onto both of those players. But finally, once they can afford double Molotovs, we see the A main take come out. So Molotov towards sandbags and towards vent. Clinical, stationary, mid-control coming out from Ago. Nothing too fancy coming out. No crazy smokes, Molotovs or flashbangs. Nothing too flamboyant, just textbook Counter-Strike. But this means aggression towards B, aggression towards A main. Ago right now are isolated and quarantined towards mid.
Yeah, and with low time as well, 35 seconds on the clock, they've got to try and get into a site, but with no picks, that is easier said than done. Guardian spotted at the back box on A. Small consolation now as they look to try and take this exact site. And as you say, this A main control gathered earlier in the round is going to go a big way. Guardian shuts down mid. Olaf is still in A main, so he can take down Furlan. Now Guardian has now FaZe up in a 5-on-3. Make it a 4-on-2. Traded back, but Rain's aggression once again does not work, actually. Nico now has to shut down this B play, but who else would you want here? There's the first, there's the second. Nico makes it happen. And FaZe, a 6th round on the board. Everyone showing what they're made of.
Has Ago given FaZe too much just off of that one eco round loss? You give them full utility, you give them the AKs, the AWP as well for Guardian. The problem is right now for FaZe, when you give FaZe so much opportunity, if you're Ago, you know, you give FaZe an inch and they'll take a mile in the sense that, yes, it might be one round, but they're very good at converting into more rounds just at the back of having the extra AWP now onto Guardian, having the utility to take control towards A main. The map control they now have towards the sites is impeccable. But this time, playing rather reserved, maybe expecting a faster play coming out from Ago. They're hoping they can walk into their setups. 2 players towards B main. AWP as well for Guardian, hold the B main angle. Trade potential as well from Rain towards B main. You now have actually Karrigan playing towards sandbags. What's interesting as well, Hugo, we've already seen them clear out sandbags on their default, so maybe Karrigan might not be expecting that, but nevertheless, it seems like this round will conclude on this A bomb site.
And with Olaf and Nico for the defense. Good luck to AGO. A 3rd rotation is available in the form of Karrigan. He can come up highway, but Nico's confidently taking the duel towards A main. Nothing will be pushed yet, though, for AGO. They made it very clear they're here. I'm surprised FaZe haven't got too aggressive on B. They've got Rain alone. He's pushed up a little bit, but nothing too deep. Nico will shut down the first player up on this site, getting rid of that squeaky control. It means they only have to worry about A main now, and Nico spots another player, so more information being gifted his way. No gunfight taken, though, so Nico reserved, knowing exactly what he should be doing here. No need to overextend. He's got his team to do that. Take that back, Nico. Wide peak, 2 frags out of nowhere. Olaf here as well, and with tower so low, this round looks to be over for AGO. They just haven't got the weaponry to play with. They haven't got any utility left, and Nico has removed all their heads. 5 kills for him.
It's just such good chemistry. Did you see the synergy there?
Yeah.
So Nico gets put towards Forklift, sorry, towards MPK, obviously, but Olaf Meister jiggle peeks towards Forklift. He takes all the attention from all the A main players from Ago. He then shoots the smoke, so Ago start trying to spam the smoke against him. And what does Nico do? He wide faces into people that aren't even looking his way. Easy double spray down for Nico. 5 versus 2. Round pretty much as good as done. You can see as well, Ago feeling rather desperate.
Yeah, I mean, Nico's 20-7. He hasn't died on a single one of the rounds that FaZe have won. Well, lost. I mean,
no, 1, yes.
I mean, technically we don't know, but well, either way, 7 deaths in 14 rounds is pretty damn good. When it's so close, this game is so back and forth. Olaf Meister and Guardian, though, have shut down this round again. It's just 2 players up for AGO, so last round of the half, not looking too hopeful for the Polish. Guardian's still up on B as well, so he's posted perfectly. What can they really do into the situation, Snods, if anything?
Probably go back towards middle, clear out all the angles towards mid, try to find a frag there. Obviously, the HP bars for Karrigan and Olaf Meister are low. The problem is, if they go towards B here, I just don't see them having much opportunity here. But a good Molotov coming out towards default should flush up
Ooh.
A whiff there.
Oh no, Guardian sits in the molly. He's dead. That's an opener for AGO. Can they convert?
What?
Yes. Tau follows up. 2 openers. As now Olaf is low, Nico's going to be left with the job to do. And Olaf's been removed from heaven. So what is going on, AGO? In a 2-on-4. I've made this a 2-on-1. Nico, does he find one? No! Tau wins it. That is ridiculous. There's no way AGO should be ever winning that round, but I'm impressed.
There I am saying they should go towards mid. If they go towards B, there's no chance because, you know, I'm thinking
fair assumption to make.
They have no utility, do they? Karrigan towards heaven. Should find that frag. He whiffs on Tau. Guardian, uncharacteristic miss as well towards B main. The Molotov flushes out the peak. I think it was half blind there from his teammate. Obviously forced to draw out the peak because of the Molotov.
Yeah.
And then the 1 versus 2, with the AWP gifted to them from Guardian, they make it work. So quite a messy antic towards the B bomb site, but nevertheless, you know, rounds around, and that will be, as you can see on your screens right now, 8-7.
8-7 on the half. That is ridiculous. Now let's see if AGO can carry on. If they find the second pistol round, Snods, what's going to happen? They could realistically run away with this game.
Potentially. But then again, can FaZe Clan do exactly what Ago did to them on reverse?
Look at Guardian.
Oh, it's the same pistol. So this is one of the things we see. Guardian and... Do we see a P250? Oh. No, we don't. Oh, gosh.
By Deagle.
That's different. So, FaZe Clan used to... Well, at the major, FaZe Clan versus SK, what they did was they bought the Deagle for Guardian. And Guardian would go towards A main, and they would clear out A main, they would smoke highway and contact towards A. Seems like Guardian maybe taking a bit of confidence from the major. But nevertheless... Challenging Grubby, the star player so far from Ago, isn't really the best decision. The bomb will go down towards the B bombs, the A bomb site, sorry, nevertheless. Flank coming in from Snatchy though, but it's a long way from B main, and they have no defuse kits here, Hugo, and they played retake.
Yeah, 5-on-3 though. AGO have a buffer to fall back on in terms of player numbers. Rain spotted up in main, and Nico, if he gets a second kill here, things start to look scary. Rain, he'll catch a kill from A main with the Deagle from Guardian as well. Crossfire with Karrigan. They won't expect his position. He taps away. Bit of damage, but he doesn't get enough kills here, so now he's going to get hunted. I feel like Karrigan, if he committed to that angle and took both kills, the round's over, but unfortunately only one, he falls back.
Yeah, must have been paranoid about getting wrapped towards quad. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, sorry. But the pistol we saw prior at the major from FaZe Clan, it seems like Guardian loves to buy the Deagle on the pistols, but he would go towards A main, he'd clear MBK, clear quad, and then they would smoke highway and just flood that A bomb site. Obviously, taking the challenge towards mid, you know, that Deagle's quite inaccurate long range. I mean, at least the MBK peak from A main's rather mid range. You know, the inaccuracy of the Deagle doesn't really play too much of a factor. But nevertheless, 7-9 here. 2-run advantage, and it may even extend to more because FaZe Clan got the bomb down, so Nico can afford to go for the AK. Where is Nico right now? Playing towards B main, might be challenging the players towards vents.
Well, AGO poised perfectly to succeed in the second map of Cash. But again, you can never really count FaZe out of this matchup, even if they are down quite a few rounds. And we saw this exact same situation on the first half where FaZe actually went and picked up a force buy, or an eco, in fact. So with this one rifle, there's definitely a potential for an opening kill with Nico. He's going up towards B. In fact, Snatchy plays close. He's got support from Tau up in the vents who can easily drop in. And of course, PHR on the site to hold the cross.
Was Nico drop the AK? Matt, if we can see the scoreboard real quick, did Rain drop him the AK?
Karrigan did.
Karrigan dropped it. Okay, so we see a lot of the CIS teams do this. Na'Vi, Flipside, Gambit especially as well. Vega Squadron, Extatus as well. The CIS region teams go for this one AK buy. And the problem is it can be risky, but when you put that one AK onto Nico, you're definitely going to get some returns.
38 seconds left on the clock. FaZe have to make a play, but they look towards vents, and that's a bit of a meat grinder in and of itself. Tau's here. Rain rounds the corner to his death. Olaf is here as well, but Tau, he doesn't need to commit to this fight. He can just wait. Olaf's running out of time, running out of options, although they are splitting B main. Luckily, Snatchy and PHR should be able to get this job done. Furlan's even rotated in. There's so many players here, and nothing will happen. It's going to be a wipe down for AGO. Only one death. Pretty good round from them as well, keeping things clean, and FaZe going for the buy.
Grubby now, 24 frags and 11 deaths.
Wow.
Yeah, only 18 rounds being played out as well versus FaZe.
Better than Nico.
Wow, let's
so
see
far.
how this first buy round is going to conclude. Tau going to be carrying forward the MP9. Usually if it's a UMP it's kept, and a MAC-10, an MP9 is usually disregarded for a rifle. Interesting to see it is kept. Snatchy will go for the peak towards B main, so fast play coming out towards A from FaZe Clan. waiting for the A main smoke to go. This could be a simple smoke highway, Molotovs and flashes towards this A bomb site. Grenade doesn't actually connect much damage, so at least FaZe Clan know that it's not going to be a retake setup because someone is on towards default. Smoke coming out towards quad.
Let's see if they can work out where exactly AGO are playing. Groovy's opened up. He's dead though straight away, so the key player for AGO going to be removed from the action pretty fast. Furlan can't step up to the mark, and Rain will find a kill in the meantime as well. So this site is just falling apart for the Polish. Only Snatchy left alive, and he's in a 1-on-4. So FaZe Clan have won this round pretty much. Snatchy should just look to maybe get exit to hold onto his AWP, because while AGO have a bit of cash to play with, it's not great. I mean, he's on $200 himself, so this save is pretty pivotal.
Indeed, obviously, these rounds have been rather close so far versus the pistols of FaZe. Interesting as well for FaZe to bring out that strat when you think about this. Obviously, usually you're smoking towards highway, so you block off positions towards car, towards highway. But instead, the complete opposite. They smoke off quad, they block any vision from default and quad itself. And that way they can wrap the site. You had one player on red, you had one player push the smoke, you had one player wrap towards default coming from behind. You're attacking both players from 2-3 different avenues. Maybe because the AWP from Ago was towards B and there was a player towards connector, because it's really hard to think about this, right? Hugo, if you ever play towards highway, that round is a lot more difficult because he can shoot those players the side of the head. They jump on red, they're dead. They wrap the site facing towards default, shot from behind, right? But if the guy's towards connector, he can't really wide swing that if he's paranoid about middle. So suddenly that wrap is so valuable.
It's so common, you'll just send a player up on the boost or in through mid for the late lurk up highway anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you can't really go for the wide plays.
You can't. The only way you can do that is if you either have one player on the A site and therefore that highway player, instead of running 2 on site like they were, they had Groovy and Furlan on site and no one in highway. Or if you move one of the B players over to middle and then you have the highway player with 2 on A site. But that's a big commitment to run an early round.
Exactly. But the point is, the reason that strat works is because the mid player plays connector instead of highways. So the small details there being so impactful and changing the course of that round.
Well, let's see if AGO adjusts their setup when it comes to the buy. However, on the eco, it's a different story. We've got 1 AWP, we've got 2 deals, and a couple of default guns as well. So FaZe, they should have a field day with this this round. Unless Snatchy can get something done. He is sat towards B, and FaZe unlikely to just walk into the bomb site like we saw AGO mess up a few rounds prior on their first half. So FaZe, calculated and concise, into middle they go. Rain's going to be the opening man, and with the Molotov down towards the sandbags, Tao's somehow still alive. Are they going to forfeit, looking at this position? Rain doesn't. That Molotov did not land well. Tao could have actually survived playing the headshot angle instead, but he'll go down to Rain. So, opening kill found. Furlan also dropped. Rain's so good at these entries. And yeah, FaZe are going to run wild over the A site.
AWP from Snatchy, maybe saved again into round number 20.
Rain.
Yeah, clinical headshots coming out from Rain. So the AWP actually does show its face.
Dangerous, so you don't want to give it away, to be honest. In this round, I mean, AGO aren't going to be able to afford the AWP next round, so this should be a save. FaZe know it. So they're going to actually hunt down this AWP. If they can get it out of his hands, and that's a big win for FaZe. But Snatchy, only in a 1v1 here, not going to check the corner. Guardian wide peaks. And FaZe, 9 rounds on the board.
There's one person I wouldn't want picking up my AWP from my corpse. Yes. It's Guardian, so... Well,
I mean, look at the money here. What do you do?
If you're Snatchy, you know right now that Guardian has your AWP. You now have to be deducted down to a FAMAS. Imagine that. He could have actually dropped over an M4. So we could have been seeing a 4 M4 buy with an AWP as well. A 4 buy, essentially. So
with utility.
Indeed. Well, round number 20, 9-10. Ago still clinging onto that 1 round advantage. But remember, Hugo, they've won both pistols.
Oh, Guardians won that duel. PHR tries to push main.
It's just not the same as we saw from FaZe with the double Molotovs, the flashbangs as well.
The execute, the way they take map control is so much more practiced than AGO, it seems. It's still getting some response by pushing up Squeaky, but this is a position that FaZe are just going to hold passive. There's no way they are worried about this angle, because why would you be? They've got main control in the meantime. If they notice the A site's clear, then Squeaky is definitely going to be a position where FaZe worry about, and they're not even committed to A. Look at the bomb's position right now. That's walking up to B.
Yeah, looks like a vent split here towards B coming out from FaZe. Boosting up 2 plays. You then have Nico as well, who can clear towards door.
Ooh, look at Nico. Okay, so he's setting out the molly. I thought he was pushing up into Squeaky. He may actually opt to do that as well. Tower, bad angle. God. Gets caught by Nico. Snatchy's only going to get 1 on the B site, and they're already 2 men down, so that's not going to work. AGO now in a 2-on-4. B site being taken from FaZe and reserves play from Olaf. He waits for his team to come through the vents. He makes sure they're all going to be pushing together at the same time. Trade potential at an all-time high, and this is just a classic FaZe execute. No issues with getting onto this bomb site.
Man advantage though. For FaZe, the B site notorious for being difficult to retake, especially as well when you consider the fact that Nico has the smoke grenade, so you can actually extend the wait for a go to go for the retake for another 15 seconds if he wants to.
Gotta be careful here. You can see how desperate AGO are to try and get a pick here, because if they get given a free kill, say Nico overextends and suddenly it's a 2v2, they go for it. They just push straight back in, but FaZe not playing sillily enough to give away a frag. Yeah,
that smoke as well from Nico, pretty much going to seal the deal and deny any hope or chance for a go to try and commit towards the retake. Now they have to try and see if they can desperately save.
Well, a bit of a bait here for Furlan. Now he can just walk away, let Groovy do the damage. They are aware of the angle, they check it, but it's not enough. Teammate dead, Groovy needs to stay alive, and there's two players here. He drops Nico, but Trey from Guardian, wallbang in fact from Guardian, dirty. He's doing very well as well, 17 to 14 here. And I feel like this, unless AGO win the next buy round, this is where it just slips on their fingers, and 16-10 wouldn't surprise me.
Mac 10 for Karrigan, so all with the eco coming out from a go, this means we should be seeing the advantage back in the court of FaZe Clan. 10 to 10 currently, but the eco from a go, this is around for FaZe, so they can really stack up the cash. And this is the issue here for a go. If you give, as we've seen before, FaZe Clan opportunities to go for the orbs, for the utility, they know exactly how to utilize those grenades.
That they do. Molly on default, PHR forced to that box, but they're expecting that angle as a result. Nico also finds another entry, so this round not looking too good. Furlan does manage to do some damage, taking down one kill and putting Karrigan on 5 HP, but again, he's a Mac 10 player. Not a huge loss for FaZe if he were to go down. Towel seeing if he can finish off one of these early bits of damage, but Guardian's going to at least secure that frag. Groovy can hold for exits here. Hope FaZe come towards his position on the save, but more likely he'll just put the challenge. He's been spotted actually as that smoke faded, so all the info going the way of FaZe. They can play their cards how they want. They know this is eco, so they don't even need to chase this kill, and in fact they're just going to fall off. Make sure he can't ninja, win the round, don't give Groovy an option.
1 versus 4. Maybe trying to see if he can find an extra frag if a gun is exploded towards his general vicinity, but where did Olaf Meister die? He died towards checkers, so the bomb actually wouldn't really, you know, traject the weapon towards his vicinity, but nevertheless, it is the advantage now for FaZe. 1 round up, going into round number 22. Orb. Ooh, double orb as well for Furlan, not Towel this time, so is it going to be a 1-3-1 setup? 1 orb towards A, 1 orb towards B, 3 rifles towards mid.
And this isn't a spawn orping on the CT side. Both those players are at the back of the spawn.
Yeah,
so this is literally just a decision made by AGO and just based on whatever.
Wow, this is strange. A 1-3-1 setup, a retake coming out from Furlan towards the A side. Interesting setup here from a go. But let's see. Furlan's job towards the A side is to find one frag. Got the Molotov there onto Grub. You have the diffuse kit there for PHR. They have smokes as well. As long as they don't rotate the smokes towards mid and have them for the retake, they can definitely do it. But now they've lost the first player towards B as well. Actually, so towards Vent. But Olaf Meister will be traded out, but not before Rain gets that extra trade as well. 4 versus 3.
And he even spots PHR here. Luckily enough, a flash will save him so he can actually re-peek. And talking of flash, Furlan's blind on the back of the A site, so he can't get anything done. You said his job is to get 1 kill. Well, there it is. Don't know why the bomb's climbing on top. The bomb's actually stuck up there, I think. Snatchy, could he even stop this round from happening? The bomb's on the top of the box. Oh, no. Will this come back to haunt them?
No. I was going to say, no smoke grenades for FaZe Clan there to try and see if they can shroud themselves and get on top of the red crate and get that bomb. Nevertheless, so 12 to 10 now, 2-1 advantage for FaZe. So yeah, strange. I mean, I expected the 1-3-1 setup when you see the double up setup usually is 1 up to anchor A, 1 up to anchor B, and obviously 3 towards mid to hold the line there. Obviously the AWP is so easy smoked off or flashed off the angles. It's very hard to trade with an AWP as well, but smoke coming out towards connector from Guardian. This could be a fast boost play where they just swarm over mid.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, playing sandbags is a risky call. FaZe have so many Molotovs, they can easily just get rid of you if you're in that position. Let's see if they do so again. They've been pretty good at these takes on mid. Yeah, Molotov forces you out. When you have a CZ, you're not going to win that fight. So AGO will hopefully stop playing that position, because that is not going to help them out in the future if they want to take any form of mid fight. Now Furlan's alone.
No. Let's eventually go down to Nico. So the quasi-buy from a go doesn't seem like it's too effective. And again, very good counter-strike coming out from FaZe Clan. You get the 1 or 2 frags towards middle. They don't drop off of boost and go highway. They don't split up, Hugo. They stay together as a 4-man unit. so they can trade the frags. They don't go into isolation where it's very easy to get picked off one by one by those CZs.
Well, yeah, with everyone here from FaZe, pretty much, this should be an easy site take. Only one man left standing, that's Ruby. Quickly eliminated by the quick scope of Guardian, leaves PHR, and no one's here low enough for him to nade, so he can get damage, but it won't be the kill. Guardian's getting very hungry for frags. In fact, he wants to go for the knife. Orb out, pistol, takes a few seconds. It is this easy after all. And PHR gets that kill, but now Nico, who was spotted earlier in mid in the round, he's going to be flanking, and that's enough to get the job done. So 13-10. Honestly, again, I'm going back to what I said 3 rounds ago. AGO need this round or this game is probably over.
Indeed.
Tower back on the orb.
Yeah, Furlan short-lived there, playing towards Carl. The issue is, you know, you're playing Carl with an AWP. Your job is to get the one frag and then try to play for a retake with a 5 vs 4, but they only had one Molotov, 2 smokes, so they're going to use those smokes rotating towards mid-main, obviously. So, it's difficult, right? You can see the concept, but pragmatically, not really the most effective. But nevertheless, 3 advantage now for FaZe. It seems like they've finally got the grip on this matchup. A go, finishing the half. What was it? 8-7, but they won the pistol round, and ever since then, all the buy rounds have gone in favor of FaZe, and this is one of the reasons why. FaZe are so good at trading their deaths.
Yeah, 4-on-4 straight away. So now this is actually in the favor of the FaZe side, because that means AGO have to give up mid. Unless they want to rotate a player in there, that's fine, but it gives up more control on the bomb site to the T side. In fact, they move Snatchy on the AWP up towards Connector. So big job for him now. Bombs outside of B. FaZe throwing utility in A, but I don't think they're going to fully commit with this play. Maybe Nico looks for an opener, but to be honest, the bomb's still on B right now. FaZe are just trying to get in the heads of AGO, just trying to fake out onto the site. There's barely any utility left. Tao does catch Nico walking through the smoke. A nice attempt. Yeah, but it is still the B play.
Here it comes then. Who's this going to be? It's going to be PHR. Has the Molotov, so we can delay for the time of the retake, but look at the minimap. The cavalry is stampeding now towards the B-bomb site. That's Snatcher with the AWP. But what's an AWP going to do in the retake here, Hugo? Great Molotov comes out. Oh, nearly connects the shot as well. The AWP, but it telegraphs exactly where he is.
That smoke failed. They have no smoke towards the CT spawn left up for FaZe as well. So that means the AWP can do so much damage. Snatchy will even catch a kill as well. Groovy shut down the highway push just for FaZe trying to catch off an off angle, and Groovy will finish things off. That was a mistake made by FaZe. One bit of utility lost in that round.
Yeah. Single smoke, single mistake, but large enough to be exploited by Go's AWPs.
And AGO now have an opportunity to actually come back and win this game, but they've got to watch out for this reset.
My goodness, 30 frags as well for Grubby. So wow. Not only on train was he being the most impactful player, you could argue, on the CT side in terms of how strong his rotations were, but in terms of fragging ability as well, he has the 1 vs 2 on Cash. I believe in one of the early buy rounds as well.
I think it's the exact same amount of kills as Nico as well, which is pretty crazy considering not only FaZe are winning, but Nico is one of the best players in the world.
Well, spam coming out. Furlan being tickled by bullets right now as he's still alive, but not laughing.
No, not a funny one either. 12 HP left. Molotov to push Rain out of position. Oh, they're so ready. You can see how FaZe react to that molly. They know exactly why it was thrown. They know he was in the smoke and he's tagged. Wants to finish off the kill. They have to be very careful now. Furlan, I mean, this is going to throw real complications their way. He plays forklift because he can play the headshot angle there, but that's a position you can easily molly, easily throw an HE off of the rebound. So he's got to be very, very careful, especially playing close towards main. It's going to be the first line of defense for AGO, and he's going to need at least 1 kill before he goes down, otherwise things could be difficult. Molotov moves him out into the open. He can't afford to get burnt alive, and Nico's just going to shoot him down. Ruby as well on the site. The impact player for AGO dead, and Tao can't hit the AWP shot. He lost his only opportunity because the smoke is down, and Nico is up close. Another shot from Nico, a 3rd kill of the round. Maybe he's going to get the ace. There's a 4th on card for him to find, but a reload to come in. PHR won't push with the sound, and Nico doesn't realize he's there. This is a stalemate for both players. Neither have the information, but there's Rain to do it. Nico looking for the 4K to finish off the round, but Snatchy just trying to run away, hold on to this AWP. But the issue is, Snods, this is the reset. This is the money of AGO out the window.
How much cash has a Go got coming into round number 26? My goodness, look at the reset. Wow. 1,400 for Grubby and Snatchy. You can't even, you know, if they had $2,000, you could argue, okay, do we pause? Do we go, should we eco this? We have 1.9K, we can have a 4K buy, we can get 5 M4s, do you know what I mean? Instead, you know, 1,400. You're not really left with too many options. Deagle for Snatchy. They have Kevlar released, no defuse kits, 1 Molotov, 1 smoke. Sorry, 2 smokes, 1 flash. 2 CZs, a Deagle and a Scalp.
The worst part about this round is you have to hope FaZe make a mistake, because there's no real way you can pull this in and pull something crazy off without FaZe making a huge error. or someone stepping up massively, but that's too much to depend on because Nico's already found Groovy, the one player who has stepped up massively this map. Going to be left on 30 kills for now, no more for him. PHR holds with the scout, but we've seen every time. I'm surprised AGO continue to run this scout or orb up towards car because every time FaZe smoke the cross, they never go for any kind of crazy ballsy push with no smoke. So bit of a difficult angle to play with the scout there. Instead, it's going to be PHR actually picking up a kill somehow. He gets a frag onto the squeaky player, moving towards a toxic barrel. So 1 kill done at least, but how much can they get done?
4 versus 4. Rain.
Oh, he knows.
Yeah. Anticipates some sort of flank coming in from behind. Snatchy holding the ankle with the deagle. Flashbang is poor, but Rain's aim isn't. Man advantage now. Furlan as well. Such low HP, so no real impact he can really have. Caesar gets up close towards mid-main. So maybe, just maybe, but 35 seconds left. Rain lead the charge towards B. Guardian fires a frag towards mid. This should be a match point now for FaZe.
Yeah, I mean, the only possibility is if Tao drops a bomb here. It's still coming up through main. If he sneaks in behind, maybe he gets a kill. But with 3 players there and the bomb being all the way at the front, for him to get 3 kills with the CZ is pretty unlikely. And even though Furlan has an off angle, he's 4 HP, so it's just going to take 1 bullet. And there's that bullet. Karrigan finds it. Tao coming in from the back line. But as soon as his bomb goes down, they're going to be watching main. They're going to be aware of the flank. Or even before, Guardian turns back. And FaZe, they take it 15-11. As expected, Snods, they are up on map point.
34 frags now for Nico. And 30 for Grubby. Not quite enough, though, unfortunately, for the upset. But you are correct. I mean, 11-15. But then again, both pistols have been won for a go. So, bomb was planted towards the A side from FaZe and the T side. So that's 2 rounds. The pistol and then the Eco from FaZe for a go. That's 2. They got the 3-0 advantage as well, didn't they? So, yes. 5 rounds. Deduct 5 rounds from their scoreline. And they're going to be on 6. So in terms of buy rounds...
Yeah. AGO haven't won a single round other than the first 3 this half.
Exactly. So, yeah, I mean, coming out of that, you deduct the double pistols, basically, and this is still extremely one-sided for FaZe. Even more one-sided than Train, actually.
Technically, yeah. But at the end of the day, at least AGO puts 11 rounds on the boards, regardless of how they were put on. Furlan, he is holding main. Nice shot. Going to catch ahead of Guardian, but they've already moved down the ramp, so he can't see anything more. Still, AGO hold a man advantage, but I'm not too worried for FaZe just yet. They have good weaponry, high health, and lots of utility, and plenty of smoke shots from Olof. Furlan's dead. Karrigan with the open plant, assisted by the smoke, while Olof gets tagged on the cross by the scout. It's not going to be too much of an issue. However, this may be Tower again. Same position as last round. CZ can't hit the shot. PHR with a scout. Oh, does get 1.
Clinical measures up the headshot there, the scout. 1 versus 2. No Kevlar, no defuse kit, bomb ticking away. And look at the after-plant positions as well from FaZe.
Yeah, this should be over. Rain spots him as well, so information gain for Karrigan. He knows PHR has pushed the site, although PHR doubles back. I like that. Clever play, but I mean, again, as you say, so under-equipped here. There's nothing he can do. FaZe will take the victory here in the second map, 16-11. But I'm impressed they put up 11 rounds versus a top-tier team, and this is their first season of the Pro League. Yeah,
I mean, also we mentioned, right, that the pistol rounds may be distorting actually how close this matchup was, but then again, winning pistol rounds versus FaZe is a feat in itself.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you talked earlier on Train about how, of course we have these best players in the world like Nico, like Olof, who can just individually beat almost every player alive. But Karrigan sets up the pistol rounds quite well on the T side. They had an execute on their T side.
Think about what's very strong in pistol rounds, right? You only have maximum of 2 players buying smoke, so you have to think of strats where 2 places are smoke. So you have to think of rushes with the Glock as well. The thing that's so great from Karrigan is it feels like he's so great at inventing new smokes and faster ways of throwing current smokes as well. We saw in Train a smoke I've never seen before to smoke out towards connector, and it's so instant.
Yeah, better than jumping up on top of the big dumpster and throwing it
so fast.
Yeah, that's definitely an improvement. Great for contact plays, great for pushing down Olof, as big surprise FaZe love to do. And yeah, that was a big turning point in the first half. I mean, if this didn't go the way of FaZe, this eco round they pick up, maybe AGO get 10 rounds on their T side, and that could have been a lot more of a closer game. But still, 16-11, nothing to turn your nose up if you're Polish. That's a great performance.
Yeah, another turn your nose up if you are Polish indeed. So what's their score now? 0-2. Obviously, they've had hard competition, right? They have the easy 2-0 versus LDOC.
They're 2-4.
Yeah, but obviously G2 hard G2 competition. FaZe.
You look at you go 2-4, and for some teams that's that's really bad. If you're LDLC, you're 1-5 versus teams that you should be Space Soldiers, right?
Yeah.
And then you look at a Go having a better score than LDLC, playing 2 of the best teams in the world. I'm not too worried about AGO just yet. We'll give them time.
Exactly. Obviously, depends how they favour later on into the season, playing versus the likes of Space Soldiers, And, you know, the Enviouses and whatnot, where we can see, you know, can they match up within the top 10 leaderboard? Will they avoid relegation? Will they avoid the relegation matches, the auto-relegation? I think that's pretty much in the core of LDLC right now. The real test for me for LDLC is, at all costs, avoid that 14th slot.
Yeah, definitely, right? Auto-relegation is never fun. But either way, we have got a game that is fun coming up next. Astralis versus Heroic, the Danish derby, kicking things off on Nuke. We've got a lot to talk about. We've got a lot to watch, so we'll see you after the break.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, Betway, Pay Safeguard, Logitech G, Mountain Dew League, Xfinity, and ESEA.
Incendiary out.